this is going to be so exciting and fun. And even though the last hole at the very top of the rock wall seems so high up and so far away, because I can see the other holes that are the same color that lead down from where I am, I'm visually breaking down all the tiny little steps to get there. And so that's why I think it's possible. Now I begin climbing, climb a little bit, and I'm feeling pretty confident just looking straight ahead. However, I take a moment to pause and I look down. And that's when I'm like, whoa, I am high. That is scary. Fortunately, if I do fall, the rope relay system is supporting me. But I don't want to rely on that. And instead, I'm just thinking, I'm strong, I can rely on myself. All I have to do is keep looking up and keep climbing. Just look ahead and focus on the task at hand. So that's what I did. Keep focusing. And even though I'm really tired, when I'm almost at the top, my forearms are about to give out. I feel like I can barely lift them, and I'm just so close. I almost feel like, I'm going to ask to be let down right now because I'm so exhausted. Suddenly, I thought, no, we've gone this far. If you're going to reach that top any day, why not today? I muster the little bit of energy I have, swing from one hole to the other, a couple more holds, and I put both hands on the top. Finally, so satisfied, I say, okay, let me down. And I get down, and this immense feeling of satisfaction where I've completed the whole thing, the whole goal I had in mind. This makes me that much more excited for the next climb I'll do. I ended up doing 4 or 5 more climbs, and I left that rock climbing session feeling so proud of myself, feeling like I can conquer the world, that I can go achieve any other goal I set my mind to. Now, what are the things that we can take from this, using this rock climbing story not only as an example, but as an analogy for any goal? Before I answer, so you can develop your thinking as well, can you comment down below and know what kinds of tips that you can extract from the story I just told? So now that I'm on the ball, all I'm looking at is the next few steps, right? So again, you don't need to look all the way to the top at that far away goal. You just have to focus on the next few steps. Work on that, work on that. And little by little, you are gradually getting closer to your goal. And it doesn't even feel like this huge goal. So now that I'm on the ball, all I'm looking at is the next few steps, right? So again, you don't need to look all the way to the top at that far away goal. You just have to focus on the next. Few steps, work on that, work on that. And little by little, you are gradually getting closer to your goal. And it doesn't even feel like this huge endeavor because it's just little actions, little habits that add up over time. Now, partway through, I looked down. Oh my God, it's scary. So that could be a moment in time where even though you did the work, you started to feel a feeling of satisfaction, self-belief. Maybe your inner critic comes back and you say, oh no, I still have so far to go. What if I fall now? Sometimes I think people are afraid to put in the work because they think that it looks even more embarrassing if they tried and then they fail. It's easier to fail by not doing anything because you can just be like, oh well, I didn't try anyway. At this moment again, right? I look down, okay, scary, rock wall, very high up, but I decided to wipe that from my mind and I still decide to rely on myself, not on the rope system, the relay that I am on. And I turn my head and attention just back to the next few steps in front of me. So here is the importance of accumulating small wins such that your good action leads to a better mindset leads to a better action in a self-improvement cycle. A small win can be that I got a quarter of the way up the wall. Another small win would be a halfway point to the wall, but a really big concrete win is just finishing this climb. So it's important while you're on your journey to achieve the goal that you give yourself these checkpoints, and that by achieving these checkpoints, you've already considered that a win such that you can achieve even more checkpoints. So at that point, like, oh, let me go climb another wall. So if you want to achieve a goal and you have self-doubt, you might think that the necessary step is to get rid of that self-doubt completely. But here's where I say that self-doubt is actually completely irrelevant. It has no say on whether you achieve something or not. All that determines if you achieve something or not is the action you take. It doesn't even matter if I'm standing at the bottom of the rock wall looking up and be like, I feel like I can't do that. That imagine is irrelevant, and any negative scenario you dream up is irrelevant because you are not qualified to say whether you can do something or not. After you finish your first checkpoint, now you actually have some proof, and you're more qualified to make a judgment about what you can do next. There's this great quote I read somewhere, and it says that stress is when you're not doing anything that you should be doing. So this knot I had to tie that would literally say it's almost like they're trying to climb very high. I don't know how to tie this complicated looking knot. But the moment I learn and I try and I practice it over and over again, it's no longer a black box, and so there's no need to be intimidated by it anymore. So by achieving your first checkpoint, you climb my first wall. We're kicking off what is called the winner's effect. Now the winner's effect is when you achieve something small and you feel good about it, and that causes you to want to achieve another thing. You want to repeat that small win because you don't, and that is why when you see successful people, they're successful in one area, and it seems like they're good in other areas. Like they have a good job, and then wow, how is it that they are also badly, not because I already knew that I was going to be good at it or that I would clear walls and be proud of myself. I said yes because I felt that trying something new and struggling in and of itself was worth it. No matter what happens from the effort, I would gain value from it. So with something as daunting as YouTube and putting your face online, like I know a lot of people want to be creators nowadays, I was shy and also afraid of people's judgment. So I applied all the things I just mentioned. Number one, understanding that self-doubt is irrelevant. Number two, in assuming the worst that could happen, just say everyone hates on the video. Well, it's actually not the worst thing because at least I will not have to live with the regret of never trying because the pain and regret outweighs the pain and judgment. And then number three, I believe that the journey of creating videos, of speaking to a camera and improving my ability to communicate, learning video editing, and even building thick skin in the case of negative comments, I trusted in the value of that care, regardless of the outcome, regardless of if I do end up getting subscribers. It's just like Alyssa Liu, the figure skating boss that we've been following for the past year. We must believe in the fun and enjoyment of the journey and realizing that struggle is what makes you feel alive. So in your life, if you're feeling restlessness, like something is missing, or stress, or overwhelmed, just start to take action on the thing that you've always wanted to do. And trust me, like magic, I felt this time and time again, those negative feelings will just melt away. And you will feel so present in the moment of the struggle of trying to teach. Now, one important roadblock I didn't really address is what if we are still so afraid of people's judgment? What if we just really can't get past that mental block? So when I gave my talk at New York University a couple months ago, that was one of the most common questions of how do I overcome my fear of judgment if I want to use online? To that, I have two things to say. Number one, when you're on your deathbed, you don't want to be laying there filled with the regret of having not done things because fear of judgment of other people who are also now dead. It literally will not matter. Live your life. You have one life. Number two, the joy of the journey itself is success. I know that's really hard with social media and people posting their achievements online that you think, oh, only if I put in the effort and I win is this worthwhile. If I don't win, will it ever turn worth it? And that is what holds back a lot of people from even trying to reach their goals. But happiness is one of the most important things you can give yourself. For example, I posted a video 2 days ago that flopped. But when I watched it back, kind of embarrassing to me, but I watched it back like 2 or 3 times, I kept being like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. If you like it, you like it. And that is enough. So I hope that this different format chatting video was helpful. Let me know what you thought. Comment down any experiences of when you try something new and it helped build your self-belief. And I hope this makes clear that you don't need self-belief before you start something. You build it after you try to do a thing, little by little, over and over again. That's why confidence comes from competence. Keep being the CEO of your life, and you can sign up for my 7-day transformation series. It's completely free and home.
Oh my god. So I'm turning off my laptop right now. I watched a video which is based on self-productivity. I hope, I invested my time at a very good thing and I do feel happy. Now I'm gonna explain the lessons that I learned. And yeah, let me just close my laptop. So yeah, I was watching this video of Amy Wang and I love her so much because of the self-productive videos she makes, and yeah, I just love her and why. So in this given video, I learned that commit before doing anything, before thinking that whether the journey or whether it's going to be hard, whether you'll be able to do it or not. Instead of judging yourself, just commit that you're going to do it anyway. Because obviously, just because you didn't do it, you'll never know how it's like. And there are many examples in my life. Like, for example, it was like when I was in class 8, I guess. Then I got into a tuition, and there the teacher he made me committed to this subject called maths, and I had to be committed. And he used to give me that you're gonna do this exercise, you gotta complete the 100 sums or whatever he used to do. He used to give me. I had to do it, and I had to be committed. But the journey was hard. It was never easy. I suffered a lot. And I was like, this never happened to me. But still, I committed. I was committed to what I did, and I did it from my heart. And so, which is why I got success, and I got an 98 out of 100, which was mind-blowing because I never got this improvement in maths. But I'm so thankful to him for what he did, which is why I was able to, Then from then on, I got the confidence that yeah, I can also do much more better, but for that I need self-belief and commitment to myself and to my work. Now the second thing that I learned is extract lessons from every small stories or situations or any scenes that are happening around you. Now it can be real life or that can be virtual, but just do. Like for example, there are many stories you can extract lessons from that. You can understand which is why you can learn certain moral values that can help you understand your life yourself a lot. For example, what lessons did I in a small story? I just think, because I'm not prepared, and this is not something scripted. I'm not done with script. I'm saying from within, which is why I'm hesitating a lot. And no, you're doing it. You just do it. I also need to adopt neuroplasticity. Okay. When I heard neuroplasticity, I thought it's a sort of surgery. But then when I researched it, I found out that it's a certain mindset or a planning or schedule where you communicate with yourself, where you become boss of yourself, and you just give advice and you guide yourself. So it's certain thing like that. You talk to yourself, you handle yourself, you manage your stress and many other things. Yeah, but it's not part of my topic. Where was I? Extracting lessons from small. Suppose you saw a scene where a bird is feeding his child chicks, and you get inspired that, oh my gosh, how humble, how caring a mother is. Even if it's an animal, they really understand their emotional attachment, they understand their needs, and yeah, they communicate. They also do communicate even though they don't have any language like us. So you can extract many things from small scenes from stories. So I would advise that this was a lesson that I got. Now the third one, build self-belief through small wins. This is very important. You need to develop self-belief, which is very, very important if you want to do something big in your life. So for example, if I take my example of when I scored good marks in maths, from then on I got self-belief that this is my win. If I can do this, I can do even things that are out there, and I will become good at this. But for that, self-belief is very important. There are certain things that I lack. There are many things, but still, in this board's exam, I had my class 10 board exam where I gave my exams. I was like, my mindset was very different that past year from now as compared to now, because when my mindset while giving the exam, I was half prepared. I'm 80% prepared, so I will get marks according to that. I lacked self-belief and confidence, which is why I got marks, which was mind-blowing because I didn't expect that I would get this good marks. But if I had made that mindset that I'll be doing great, I will do it good anyway. If I'm 80% prepared, there are people still out there who are not even prepared 80%. They're prepared 60 or 55%. But whatever, self-belief is the biggest thing, which is why you or all the successful people you see out there today are very their progress, their growth is mind-blowing. So this is the only thing. Like, I got 92%, but if I had self-belief in me, then maybe I would have scored much more better marks. Now, self-doubt is irrelevant. Now, this is a thing that I had in my previous times, because I used to always doubt myself that whether it's going to be good, whether it's going to be appreciated by people or not. Why am I so into this? I think it's useless. It's not worthy enough to be. So I used to have this stupid negative doubts in my head. But then I was like, no, what worse can happen? You got 200 years. So after 200 years, every one of us are going to be dead. No one is even going to remember with what stupidity we had done. So why to doubt? Like for me, this time for now, I'm starting content creation, and people are like, no, what is she doing? She has literally gone mad. It's okay for people to assume me as a mad person, but what matters to me the most, that the pain of regret outweighs the pain of judgment. So it's okay if people call me mad, okay if people judge me in a negative or a positive way, but what for me matters the most is the pain, is doing that action, is doing that thing that I always wanted to do. It's okay if I fail, it's okay if that doesn't work, but it has to work, you know. It has to, even if you invest your time, your everything, it has to work. And it's okay if it doesn't work, because in that process you learned many things, you know. Even if you didn't achieve what you wanted to do, but in that journey you learned many things, so which is a benefit, which is a golden point for you. So yeah, self-doubt is useless. You better than self-doubt, just do that action that you want to do, because you've got only one life to live, and you don't know in the future what you will be, what you will not after death. I'm talking about after death, the future life. So why not to do things in this life only? I know there are certain barriers, I got a lot of barriers in my life. I'm a girl who's just permitted to do work at home. So I'm not at all allowed to go outside to do my job of my will, or to do anything of my will outside, because you know it's very unsafe out there for a girl, and it's impossible for a girl to live in this country, which is a demerit. So yeah, these are the, after all, having all these things which makes a girl impossible to grow, I choose this, that no, I have to do this because it's my life. It's gonna be my life. I need to do it by myself. It's okay if there are certain things that are gonna stop you, but still do it as much as you can. I'm not having a good camera, I'm not having a good light, I'm not having, you know, resources for me to grow, but still I'm doing because I want to do. I don't want to live the life of regret. I don't want to compromise with my dreams. It's okay if things don't work, but I'll learn, but I'll enjoy. I'm still enjoying. I'm loving. I'm doing the things that I love. So yeah. Now the last one is believing in the journey. So enjoy the struggle. Yeah, you always need to believe that you need to, you know, that enjoy the journey. And whenever a person is committed to a goal, whatever, for example, if I take myself and I think of myself that I'm gonna be the topper of class 11. Now if I see that top goal thing is literally gonna put my head, that how is gonna make it possible, the path, the journey. So I need to think about the journey, not the ultimate goal. I need to think, how am I gonna be improved, how am I gonna complete the syllabus, how am I gonna improve myself, how am I gonna be the best in studies, how am I gonna be better in academies, how I need to grow, I need to make planning, I need to make a schedule so I can do better, how I need to complete my chapters, instead of wasting my time in competing with people who are better, who are doing good. It's okay, they are doing good, but I need to compete with myself the most. That is what is mostly important. I need to come out of that old version of me to the new grown progress and self version. So I need to work on the small wins. I need to enjoy the journey. I need to celebrate the small wins. Suppose I finished a chapter, I got happy, I got the satisfaction, so I'm gonna enjoy. Yay, I did something. So you should celebrate your small wins, and while doing that, step by step, you reach to the ultimate goal, and you will not even realize. So this is the best part, and so these are the lessons I learned from the given video. And so I also will suggest you to follow Emmy Wang, because she's really amazing, and I also want to become like her, but for that the journey is there, and I need to go a lot of ups and downs. I need to learn many things because I lack a lot of things in me, but still I'm growing and doing things things that are making me happy, and it's okay if you don't like it. It's okay if you don't take it the way you want, but I'm growing and documenting my progress. I'm trying to learn things that are no worries. I'll make it. I'm making it. One day you will see me grow because I'm gonna be amazing.